In this video, we will demonstrate how the User Access Management add-in helps you control exactly who can see what and who can perform which actions in Odoo without using record rules or technical settings. For this demonstration, we are using two users in our database, Mitchell Admin, the system administrator, and Mark Demo, a standard business user. Our walkthrough will focus on real-world scenarios using the sales and purchase modules. Let's begin with the installation process. Log in as Mitchell Admin and enable developer mode. Navigate to the Apps menu and search the User Access Management. Once the installation is complete, no additional setup is required. You will immediately notice a new menu called User Access Management in the main menu. This menu is the central place where all user-wise and group-wise access rules are configured. We are now logged in as Mitchell Admin, who has full access to the system. From here, we'll start creating access rules for our normal business user, Mark Demo. Now, open the Access Management menu and click Create to add a new access profile. Let's name this profile Demo Rules. In the User field, select the user for whom you want to restrict access, in this case, Mark Demo. You can also define access rules based on user groups, if required. This access profile will control what Mark Demo can see and do across all modules in Odoo. Once the user is selected, simply enable the Read-Only checkbox. Then click Activate to apply this rule. Now, the user Mark Demo will no longer be able to create, update, or delete any records across all modules in the system. Next, we hide unnecessary menus and submenus, whatever you want to hide. This helps keep the user interface clean and prevents accidental changes. Now, let's hide specific apps from the main menu and restrict certain options inside the sales order model. First, we hide the Apps menu from the main dashboard. Next, we hide the Sales Team menu under Orders menu in Sales Order. After applying these changes, the user Mark Demo will no longer see the Apps menu in the main screen, and the Sales Team option will not be visible under the Orders. Now, let's move on to Model Access Control. Here, we can define permissions at a model level, allowing us to enable or disable actions such as create, edit, delete, export, or spreadsheet access for any user. In this example, we are configuring the sales order model. For the user Mark Demo, we disable the Create, Spreadsheet, and Export options. This ensures that Mark Demo can view sales orders but cannot create new records or export data. In the same way, we can restrict other actions such as Edit, Delete, Archive, and Unarchive based on user requirements. Now, let's move on to Field-Level Access Control. Here, we can control individual fields from any model by making them invisible, read-only, or required. For this demonstration, we are working with the sales order model. We have made the payment terms and salesperson fields invisible on the sales order form. As a result, when Mark Demo opens a sales order, these fields are no longer visible. Next, let's move on to Button and Tab Access Control. Here, we can hide specific buttons or entire tabs from any model, based on the user. In this example, we are working with the sales order form. We hide the Cancel button to prevent order cancellations. We have also hidden the Other Info tab to restrict access to additional internal details. With these rules applied, Mark Demo can no longer see the Cancel button or the Other Info tab in sales orders. Next, let's move on to Search Access Control. This feature allows us to hide the search panel from any model for a specific user. In this example, we hide the search bar from both the sales order and purchase order screens. As a result, when Mark Demo accesses sales or purchase orders, the search bar is no longer visible, preventing advanced filtering or data exploration. Next, let's move on to Chatter Access Control. This feature allows us to hide the entire chatter section or selectively hide options such as send message, log note, and schedule activities, simply by enabling the corresponding checkboxes. For this demonstration, we first hide the entire chatter for the sales order model. Next, for the purchase order model, we hide only the Send Message and Schedule Activities options. As a result, when Mark Demo accesses a sales order, the chatter section is completely hidden. And when accessing a purchase order, the Send Message and Schedule Activities buttons are no longer visible. Next, let's move on to the Global Settings section. This section allows us to apply access restrictions globally across all modules in the system. From here, we can hide the entire chatter section system-wide, or selectively disable options such as Send Message, Log Note, and Schedule Activities, simply by enabling the corresponding checkboxes. We can also restrict global actions like Import, Export, and Spreadsheet across all models in Odoo. Before applying these global rules, we first remove all the model-based restrictions that we configured earlier. Now, for this demonstration, we hide the chatter section for all models. Once applied, Mark Demo will no longer see the chatter anywhere in the system, regardless of the module. In the same way, we can also hide Send Message, Log Note, and Schedule Activities options globally across the system. Next, we hide the Spreadsheet and Export options at a global level. As a result, the user Mark Demo will no longer find the Export or Spreadsheet options anywhere in the system. Also, we hide the duplicate option. You can now see that the duplicate action is also no longer visible for Mark Demo. Next, we hide the action button globally. With this enabled, the user Mark Demo will no longer see the action button anywhere in the system. In the same way, we can also hide the archive and unarchive options globally. Additionally, under Global Settings, we can hide the search bar across the entire system by simply enabling the corresponding checkbox. As a result, Mark Demo will no longer find the search bar in any module or screen within Odoo. Next, we can also disable User Login. When this option is enabled, the selected user will no longer be able to log in to the database. As a result, when Mark Demo attempts to log in, the system displays the message, "Your login has been disabled by the administrator." Finally, we hide the developer mode icon across the entire system. With this setting enabled, the user Mark Demo can no longer see the developer mode icon anywhere in Odoo. With User Access Management, you get complete control over menus, models, fields, buttons, actions, and UI elements. All this without record rules, without technical complexity, and with massive time savings. Thank you for watching. For more details, contact Process Drive.